Well, good afternoon. It certainly is another Wednesday, and it's kind of misty out there today, and I'm really excited about it because you know how I am with the heat. It just doesn't melt well with me, and yes, I did say melt well with me. But anyway, look, let me tell you something that's going on the area of mental health association. Cheryl just did a segment with mental health, whatever the long name is, but the Mental Health America. Uh, but we are having May. May is Mental Health Month, and we are having at C's Place 16 and some community leaders. We're going to have a mental health day party. And we decided to put this together because in the African American community, there is a denial of African American men accepting the fact that mental health exists within us. So within that, we've decided we want to have this day party. We're going to have some licensed social workers out there. We're going to have some mental health professionals. We're going to have some clinical social workers there. We're going to have some food vendors out there. We want to be able to talk and just explain to men the importance of mental health. We know they say a lot of times men don't want to show their emotions, and because they don't want to show their emotions, and especially if you are understanding of cultures, one of the big problems when it comes to men accepting a mental health need. And lastly, the young lady said prior, trauma is a big factor of it. Anger management has a little piece of it, but that anger comes from somewhere. And because it comes from somewhere, it tends to lead to situations that just recently happened in Louisiana. You know, everybody would say, well, no, you want to blame it on mental health. That man was just crazy. He killed his 8 children and so on and so forth. But things happen. And we don't, and because we're on the outside looking in, we don't know all of the cracks and crevices. But it goes right back to say, mental health is a serious, serious issue from children to young adults to adolescents to adults to the elderly. And there needs to be a degree of intervention, but at the same time, we have to be understanding of the cultures, of the different cultures that are receptive to help. So I do know in the African American community, it is hard for the African American male especially to open up and talk about things because, you can go all the way back to oppression in history, and I can give you a whole scoop on that, but this is not the time. But so it gives us the opportunity to say, well, back in the day when we had issues, grandma and grandpa had my parents sit on the porch and they talk to and just talk. And we didn't have to go to these therapists and this, that, and that. And now you have these licensed therapists that are out there, but because there's been so much of information released, bedroom talk, people in the black community, especially men, feel like, no, you don't need to know what's going on in my business. I don't want you involved. Whatever it is, we'll work it out. But in the end, but overall, there is a breakdown in the system, and that family still suffers, or that individual still suffers. So we need to try to encourage the individuals to seek that professional help. Their degrees are there for a reason. We just have to use them. Likewise, when it comes to your children, children are they're so open to wanting to learn things, and they're so open to see and do the things that what they see, that we have to help them. Mental health it's real. It's there. Everything is a mental issue. Even though we may think ourselves I have no mental health problem. I have nothing's wrong with me. You have something because you're in denial now. So there's something. We all have some degree of trauma. It could have been from high school. It could have been from a snake that we saw in our backyard. There is something that is there that causes you to act or behave in certain ways that others see suspicious, confusing, baffling, and there's a need for us to get the help. In the Black community or the African American community, it is there. The need is there. We need it, but at the same time, you have to build a trust. You can't come into my community and just say, well, you have a mental health issue, or the judge say, well, I'm sending you to mental health evaluation and so on and so forth. If I need to fill an order, I'll go. But I'm not going to give you all my information. So are you truly getting the help that you need? Give me a piece of paper, say it's been done, and give it back to the judge, let the judge see it. So we're hoping that on May 23rd from 1 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m., 3906 East 13th Street North, that we get you out there to come out. We hope the television is out there. We want to show mental health concern and advocacy